Quiet now. Quiet. I'll have to whisper. Something happened here. Security is, tight. You're healing well, but you still need rest. Another cipher will get you on your way. This one here. It may bring some bad memories. It's about the morgue.
SCP-022 The Morgue. Object Class Elucid. Special Containment Procedures. A vault door has been installed following Incident X to seal the morgue. It is to remain locked at all times, with the sole exception being the appearance of an instance of SCP-022.1, a component of the morgue. The original door to the morgue was destroyed during Incident X, with attempt at replacement being met with failure. Security cameras have been installed to monitor for instances of the morgue's component. In the event that an instance of the morgue's component appears, automated systems should incinerate it the moment it leaves the morgue. At this point, the vault door may be unlocked to admit cleanup crew. Should the automated systems fail to destroy the instance of the morgue's component, response teams are cleared to enter and neutralize it. Under no circumstances may any living human enter the morgue except at the order of Class 4 personnel for testing purposes. Class 4 personnel may also order instances of the morgue's component to be captured and held. However, they may not be removed from the morgue's containment facilities. Description: the morgue is in the basement of redacted information. Hospital in Britain until unknown date. There were no reported anomalous occurrences within the morgue. Reports of strange activity were first received in November of unknown date. The area was soon quarantined by the Foundation, with an official story being released that the entire building had been condemned. The reason for the sudden manifestation of its strange properties remain under investigation. Periodically, a random drawer within the morgue will open to reveal a cadaver under a covered sheet. After approximately 6 minutes, it opens. The cadaver will animate and attempt to leave the morgue. At this point, the cadaver is given the designation, the morgue component. In some cases, the cadaver will be too damaged or decomposed to successfully exit the morgue, or even rise from the table it lies on. In this case, the morgue's component will typically struggle and twitch on the table until expiration occurs. Should an instance of the morgue's component expire while remaining on the table slides back into the drawer, which then shuts. Reports indicate that the scent of burnt tissue is evident immediately following such an event. The energy source that sustains the morgue's component is currently unknown. These instances do not breathe, eat, or sleep, and their bodies produce no heat. Analysis of the morgue's component following expiration has discovered no abnormal organs or chemicals present. They appear to be fully human cadavers. Instances also possess physical strength that exceeds that of normal humans. Though direct testing has proven problematic, researchers estimate the strength increase to be approximately 5 newtons, 112 pounds, of lifting force, greater than that of what would be expected of the human body sharing a similar condition. Analysis is underway to determine if this effect is connected to the unknown power source, or if it is an entirely separate phenomenon. Analysis is underway to determine if the effect is connected to the unknown power source. When body parts are severed from the morgue's component, the portion with the greatest mass retains its effects. All other pieces become inert. Destruction of the head or brain does not neutralize the morgue's component. Instead, the lower torso and limbs remain animate. Complete tissue destruction appears to be the only method of successfully terminating instances of the morgue component. Left alone, instances of the morgue component will simply expire. All motion ceases and they appear to become normal cadavers again. The amount of time this takes depends on how damaged the body is and the rate of decomposition, and can take anywhere between 2 days and 3 weeks. Investigation has revealed that the bodies acting as morgue components match the description of cadavers reported to have been stolen from morgues across the country. The mechanism of this transfer is currently being researched. Adding any new matter to the morgue has thus proved impossible. Any object that enters the morgue disappears shortly after passing through the door, leaving no trace. This includes inanimate objects and biological specimens. See Addendum 1 and Addendum 2. So long as the instance of the morgue's component possesses a functional mouth, tongue, and trachea, it is able to communicate fully with researchers. See interview log 022-751 for details. Addendum 1. A request has been submitted to create a new entrance to the morgue by removing a portion of the south wall. Request pending approval. Addendum 2. A pile of matter was discovered on the floor of the room directly above the morgue. It appeared to contain all matter that had been sent into the morgue, with the exception of humans. All materials appeared broken and worn down. Metallic components were covered in large amounts of rust, with the biological parts being in various stages of decomposition. Testing revealed that the time between inserting an object into the morgue and it reappearing above is precisely 183 seconds. Humans who enter, however, do not appear in said pile. Instead, humans appear to become integrated into the morgue, and may later animate as instances of the morgue's components. Interview log 022-751. Dr. Data expunged. It was the second instance of the morgue's component that the Foundation discovered, the first having been destroyed on site by the Foundation agents. This was the body of an Asian male, approximately 54 years old. Its chest had been stitched up. Evidence of an autopsy. The interview with the morgue's component begins. Doctor, please identify yourself. The component.
My name is John. What the hell is going on?
Doctor, that's what we're trying to find out, John. How did you get here, in this state? The component.
I don't know. I was driving my car, coming home from... Never mind. I was driving and I crashed.
Doctor, then what happened? Component.
Nothing. I woke up here. Please. This has to be...
Doctor, do you remember being in a car accident? Then waking up here in the morgue? Do you have any idea how you got here? The component.
I didn't get here. Don't you get it? This isn't me. I'm not me.
Doctor, what do you mean, you aren't you? At this point, John, or the morgue component, became severely agitated and had to be physically restrained. This required 6 agents due to the strength increase associated with instances of the morgue components. Eventually, John was calmed and the interview proceeded. Doctor, now, would you please explain what you meant, the morgue component?
This is not me. I saw my reflection in the steel. I'm not some old Asian fuck. This isn't me.
End log.
Whoa. You are definitely looking healthier. Better than last time by far. Shh. Time to rest. Take it easy.
Thank you so much for listening. It's because of people like you that keep this podcast going, really. Telltellers like yourself and your friends are the people that help spread these great stories around. So I have much to thank you for. And please don't forget, I love receiving requests from Telltellers, that's you guys, where I get stories from fans, both from the web and their own personal accounts. So please, contact me on SoundCloud, where I have my email listed below, and I promise you, your story will be put up here for all to hear. If you have a Twitter account, send me stories via direct message, and I'll respond straight away on getting it put together. Also, don't be shy. Us Telltellers are great company. There are many links in the description below, and if you ever use Podcast Addict, feel free to subscribe to me there, and you can download these stories for free for offline use. Not to mention you can always download them at SoundCloud. And as always, thank you so much, Telltellers, and till next time.